Denis Goldberg's courage and resilience was rooted many years ago as a boy growing up in Observatory in Cape Town.
I was a clever little boy, I have to tell you, and I learned to read aged 5 and 6 sitting on my father's lap reading the newspaper headlines. And my parents were communists, they'd come from England. I'm a first generation South African. My parents, when I started school, on my 6th birthday, 11th of April 1939, said, you're going to be under attack because of their politics, because you're Jewish, all of these things. And indeed I was. They said, don't defend us, you live your life. But of course they loved me, I loved them, I defended them. And somehow I understood that what was happening in South Africa with its racism was like the racism of Nazi Germany in Europe that we were supposed to be fighting against. You have to be involved one way or another. That's what I grew up with.
At the age of 16, Goldberg started as a first-year civil engineering student at UCT.
They all knew us because we wore khaki shorts and long socks and looked like engineering students. But I played rugby and I could kick the hell out of a ball. I was involved in an organisation called the Modern Youth Society. The Modern Youth Society grew out of a campus organisation of left-wing students called Modern World Society.
Goldberg graduated from UCT in 1955 with a BSc in civil engineering and later joined Umkhonto we Sizwe. He was the youngest of the Rivonia trialists. He was sentenced to 4 terms of life imprisonment in 1964 and spent over 2 decades in prison. Goldberg was finally released in 1985. He was reunited with his wife Esme and his children in the UK and lived and worked in London before returning to work in South Africa.
I come from a generation who were prepared to put our lives on the line for freedom. Freedom is more important than your own life. Nelson epitomized it. I, in my way, mine, did the same. I was happy to serve.
These days, Goldberg has ploughed his energy into a new role.
My role now is a foundation called the Denis Goldberg Legacy Foundation Trust to bring young people of Hout Bay and the Peninsula together through art classes, an art and culture training centre, but also computer literacy and dance and poetry and drama and singing and being together.
Their plans and fundraising to build a House of Hope Art and Culture Education Centre in Hout Bay. Goldberg has garnered accolades, more recently the ANC's highest award, and he's very pleased that UCT is awarding him an honorary doctorate at its upcoming graduation ceremony for his courageous and selfless role in the anti-apartheid struggle over decades.
I'm very proud. And I like the idea that my university, my alma mater, my sweet mother, which is what it means, is at last recognizing the fact that a guy who made weapons to put an end to the state violence needs recognition. Engineering students were the most active against progressive ideas. They supported apartheid, would break up meetings. And I was an engineering student. And I'm very honored that my university sees that some engineers can be progressive as well.
And the lessons he's learnt as a young boy have remained with him throughout the years.
I happen to believe that satisfaction in life is through service to others. I didn't know it was called Ubuntu until Archbishop Tutu told me. But this is what my comrades and I have lived all our lives.